All right, fuel economy test. So we're on the way to a gas station right now. Before we headed down to Portland from Seattle, we filled up on a full tank of gas. So far mileage, that's how many miles we've ran so far since the full tank. So we'll go ahead, fill it up, see how many gallons it takes to fill her up, and then we'll do some calculations to see our accurate miles per gallon. We're at the local Costco, and it is a madhouse. Look at this, guys. It is insane. What's going on, guys? So we're still in Portland, Oregon, visiting the in-laws. So I wanted to do a follow-up video of the 35s I just installed. First things first, I want to apologize for the camera lighting. I just realized on my GoPro my exposure setting was set incorrectly on my past few videos, so it just kind of made for like a dark image. So I wanted to reshoot the truck, hopefully the correct camera settings, and hopefully you guys will be able to make out the truck a lot better. But let's do a new walk around here. So let me go ahead and get down here and show you guys a side profile shot of the Tundra. So we got the 35s on. Again, these are 35 by 12.5 R18. Here are the wheels. And what we did here is we did a custom retrofitting on these center caps. These are originally KMC center caps, but I used a Dremel. I cut out what I needed to cut out on the original center caps, and then I bought these TRD center caps online, and then just used some epoxy to stick it together, so it's held on there really good. It's not going anywhere. Show you guys the poke from the back. So you can see it's not very much poke at all. It's maybe an inch, if that. We'll go a little further back. All right, so let's talk how to fit 35s. So the rear is completely stock. I have the coils in the back. I don't have AVS or the air suspension. One and the same, but the front, all we have here is we have the Westcott Designs preload collar kit. It's their 3-inch collar kit is what they advertise. Now we installed the preload collar, but we didn't install the 1/2-inch top shim that goes on top of the strut. If you do install that top shim, you'll get close to 3 inches, but I knew I wasn't touching the rear, and I wanted just about 2.5 inches, so we left that top shim plate off and we netted about 2.25 inches, and it fits the 35s really good. But you can see that the new collar down there in black, it's anodized black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and crank the wheel halfway and then all the way, and then I'll give you guys a better look at how these 35s clear. I gotta admit, I love that reflection. We'll go a full turn. Let's see if I can get this straight. All right, so that's a full turn clockwise. We'll hop out. That's a full turn. We're about probably half of the way, half of the turning radius. You can see we got plenty of room here. It's not touching the upper control arm. We got plenty of room here. I could fit like, man, that's like a good 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches actually, space between the upper control arm and the tire. Everything else, we got plenty of clearance. You can see this side's no problem. Let's go ahead and give it a full crank. Let me check underneath here. Plenty of clearance so far. We'll keep going. Let's continue turning clockwise until we hit a full lock here. It's another half turn, and then that's it. So looks like 1 3/4 is the max we can go. So I'm gonna hold that. That is the tightest it will go. Look at that, guys. Full clearance over there. I have to let go. I gotta let go of the steering wheel to check, but okay, let me check. So that's max. So that's full lock right here. Full lock. We got plenty of space. I probably have like a good inch between the carpet liner and the tire here. Again, upper control arm completely clears. Check back here. Yeah, we're good. There's no issues. Let's see. Yeah, we have an inch there before the tire hits the carpet. Even so, there's nothing back here. There's no frame or anything. So if I wanted to, I can move this forward to gain a little more clearance, but it's not touching. And I've driven this on the highway, you know, in and out of parking lots, city streets, and there's no rubbing or anything like that. We'll check this side too. This side's clear. There's your upper control arm again. There's a good 2 inches between the tire and the upper control arm. We'll check this side. Check this out. This is what I'm probably most happy about. There's no rubbing on this side of the carpet whatsoever. There's the metal frame here. It's not touching. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Can you guys see that? So I can still squeeze my finger. There's probably a good inch and a half between this metal frame and the tire. These are full 35s, by the way, and there's no touching whatsoever. So we're good there. I got this tread pattern. Open country AT3s. Better shot at that preload collar right there from Westcott Designs. Alright guys, so that's fitting 35s on your 2022 Tundra with just a front level alone. So with this kit, I netted 2 1/4 inch in the front. The back is completely stock. If you want to know exact measurements, check out my previous video when I took the truck in to get the front level installed, and I went over the specifics for the exact measurements from top of the fender liner to the center of the axle. So check those measurements if you want to get the specs. But other than that, super happy. I love the way she rides. I'll quickly touch on some of the upgrades I haven't covered, but I got rid of the chrome mustache. So we did the chrome delete up here in the front. We wrapped this in 3M, I believe 2080 series film in gloss white. It's a pretty close match. I'm happy with the result. You can't really tell a difference. We also plasti dipped the front emblem here. This just comes right off, super easy. Here, let me show you. Just hold it tight and then pull. So I didn't do the best job at plasti dipping, but you know, it works. And you just push that in here. So that just snaps right back into place. So I'm really happy with how it looks. I like the blacked out grille and then the white surround. It just looks like it should have came from the factory like this, in my opinion. I guess everyone's opinion. And then we did some chrome delete in the back. Before, these 2 panels were chrome. Just plasti dipped those and made them black so it integrates nicely and just looks really clean. Let me know what you guys think of the truck. Drop your comments down below. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and calculate some real world miles per gallon now, so stay tuned for that. Quickly though, I gotta show you guys this reflection. Doesn't that just look so freaking badass? All right, so real world miles per gallon test. I'll go ahead and flash on the screen the receipts at Costco just now to fill up the truck. So I also reset the odometer when I filled up in Seattle. So far we are 167.8 miles driven. It was actually, to be more accurate, it's 167.1 because I just did some filming earlier, but it was 167.1 is when I left the gas station just now at Costco. So I'll use that as my in my calculations. We'll take a look at I'll use that in my calculations. So let me do some math and I'll be right back with actual miles per gallon with these 35s. Okay, to get the accurate miles per gallon, we're taking 167.1 miles driven from Seattle all the way down to Portland, and we're going to divide that by the amount of gas it took to fill the truck back up. So 167.1 miles divided by 9.806 gallons of gas, that gives us an average of about 17 miles per gallon. Keep in mind, this is going down from Seattle to Portland around 4 p.m. rush hour time, and we hit a lot of stop and go traffic for a good hour. So it was really congested there for a good hour, and then the other 2.5 hours we kind of coasted down to Portland. So considering we got 17 miles a gallon with heavy traffic, that's actually really impressive numbers for this Tundra, because before we got the new tires and wheels, the truck was showing roughly about 19 miles per gallon, 19-20 miles per gallon it was averaging. So at the most, maybe we knocked it down 2 miles per gallon at the most, but overall, super happy with the results. Very happy with these 35s, and I wouldn't change them for anything.